Large language models are generally trained on public data collected from sources like Wikipedia, books, internet script articles, and so on. So if you want LLM to answer questions about your private data, then you have two options. Either train your personal LLM or use a technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation. Due to high training costs, it's not possible for individual to train LLM. So we are left with the second option, which is RAG. RAG is a technique for retrieving data from external sources to augment the knowledge of our LLM so it can answer questions about our private data. In this video, I will provide step-by-step guide to creating RAG app using famous LLM app building framework LangChain. We will use open source LLM Llama-2 with 7 billion parameters for building our app. For accessing LLM, we will use tool name Ollama. Now, before I show you the code, let me explain you the flow of our app. In case of normal LLM app, a user query is directly sent to LLM. The LLM then generates a response which is sent back to user. But in case of RAG app, the user query is first sent to the intermediary named Retriever. The Retriever then generates the embedding for the user query and looks for the matching embeddings in the vector store. The vector store has embeddings of the list of private documents. So the documents which are not used in the training of the LLM, those documents and their embeddings will be present in the vector stores. So that's why it finds out the relevant embeddings, and the relevant documents are retrieved based on those embeddings. And then the original query along with the relevant documents are sent to LLM as a context. So LLM now uses this original query and this context docs to generate the response. And that response is sent back to user, which is more informed response. Now in our case, we will use a vector store named FAISS, which is a Facebook AI Similarity Search Vector Store. And we will download few blocks from the internet and store their embeddings in this vector store. So that's the workflow of our app. In order to build our app, we will need to download and install a tool named Ollama, through which we will access our open source LLM Llama-2. For that, you can go to Ollama website Llama-2 and then click on the download button. And that will take you to the download page. And based on your operating system, you need to download and install Ollama. Now in my case, mine is a Linux operating system. So I need to execute this command in the terminal, and that will install Ollama. So once your Ollama successfully installed, you can go to terminal and execute this command Ollama. And if you see a help page like this, then it confirms that Ollama is successfully installed on your system. So once Ollama is successfully installed on your system, next step that we need to do is download the Llama-2 model. For that, we can execute command name Ollama full Llama-2 in the terminal, and that command will download all the files of Llama-2 model. Now this command can take some time to execute because the file size is around 4 GB for Llama-2 model with 7 billion parameters, and it will depend on your internet speed how long it will take to download the model. So as you can see, the model download has successfully completed on my system. So once the model is downloaded, we need to start Ollama server, and using this Ollama server, we will be able to access this model. So in order to start Ollama server, in the terminal, you need to execute command Ollama serve. And when you execute this command, it will start Ollama server. Now in my case, if you notice, the command failed saying that this particular address where it's trying to start the server is already occupied. The reason behind that is that when Ollama is installed on Linux operating system, a service is created, system service, which keeps the Ollama server running. So on my PC or my computer, the Ollama server is already running at this address. So I don't need to do any extra step to start Ollama server. So if you are facing this error, then just ignore it because the Ollama server is already running on your system and you don't need to take any extra steps. So I have kept the total code of building our RAG application in this notebook where I explain step-by-step process of building the app. And as you can notice at the beginning, there are table of contents and there are two main sections. So first of all, I will explain you how you can create a simple LLM app using LangChain, which takes a simple input query and generates response. And there we will ask it a question which is based on a recent event for which it does not have knowledge. So it won't be able to answer that question. And then we will build RAG app where we will provide it with relevant documents which has information about that event, and then it will be able to answer the question about that event. So first of all, let me explain you how we can build a simple LLM app using LangChain. The app will take a simple user query and then generates the response. So first of all, we need to import Ollama from LangChain community module, and then we can create an LLM object. Over there, we need to give the model that we are going to use. So as I said, we will be using Llama-2 model with 7 billion parameters. And once you load the LLM, you can call this method invoke, and over there you can give whatever string you want to give, and it will generate the response for that question or query, whatever that you have. So over here, I am asking it, do you know about Claude 3? And Claude 3 is the latest conversational AI model from Anthropic. So Llama 2 was released in around 2023. So it was trained on data till 2022. So it does not have knowledge about Claude 3. As you can see from the response, it's saying that I don't have access to information about person or thing called Claude 3. So by default, if we ask about Claude 3, it does not have any information. Next, I'm explaining how you can create a prompt. So this is the formatted prompts. For that, you can import chat prompt template from LangChain core module. And the usage of this prompt template is to create a formatted prompt template which can be reused multiple times. For that, I am using a from messages method of chat prompt template, and there you can give list of messages. So first of all, I have given a simple system message that behave as if you are artificial intelligence news reporter. And second is user, and then I have given a placeholder. So whenever I reuse this prompt, I can replace this query with whatever query that I want to use. So that's how you can create a formatted prompt which we will use to create our app. And in the next step, I have created our simple LLM app. So for that, I have used prompt and then this pipeline symbol and LLM. So this is the LangChain expression language way of creating simple LLM app. So LLM app is generally referred to as a chain in the context of LangChain. And now we can call this LLM app with different queries. So first, the formatted prompt will be used to generate the actual prompt, and that formatted prompt will be sent to LLM to generate response. So in order to generate a response, we need to call invoke function on this LLM app, and over there we can give a dictionary where we specify query. So if you remember, in case of prompt, query was this placeholder. So over here we can provide what string we want to use for that query. And again, I am asking it question that do you know about Claude 3? And if you read for this response, then it appears from this response that it is hallucinating. It does not know about Claude 3, which is the AI model from Anthropic. So let's go ahead and build RAG app where we will provide context to this LLM. So now it can answer properly about Claude 3. So in order to build RAG app, first of all, we need to download list of documents from which we are going to create our vector store. So that's what I am doing in this section 2.1 load external data. For this section, you will need to install Beautiful Soup 4 module as well. So for downloading individual documents from web page, you need to import web-based loader class from LangChain community module. And then you can create an instance of loader by giving it the URL. And once you have a loader object ready, then you can call a load function on it, and it will return you list of documents object where information about that particular blog and the total text will be present. So in the next cell, I have list of URLs. So these are the blogs present on Anthropic website, and each of the blog has information about different version of the Claude 3, 2.1, 1.2 Pro, and so on. So we will use these blocks and the data present in them to create our vector store. So first of all, I'm simply looping through the URLs and retrieving text from each of those blocks and storing it in docs list. So the individual element in this docs list is a document object which has the total text of that particular blog. So page content attribute of this document has total text, and apart from total text, the other metadata about the page like the original URL of the page, what is the title of the page, and those information is present as well. Next, we have loaded LLM. to generate the embeddings of the individual documents. So the documents that we loaded, we will generate the embeddings of them and then store them in the vector store. For that, you can import Ollama embeddings from LangChain community and create a embeddings LLM. And for that also we are using a model Llama-2, even though you can use any other model over here as well, whatever you feel right. So once you have a embedding LLMs created, you can call this method on it, embed query. So whatever query that you give, it will use this model Llama-2 and generate the embedding for that particular query. So that's how the embeddings are generated for the query. And in case of Llama-2, the embedding size is 4096. So embed query, call to embed query returns list of floats. And there is another method available in case of embeddings LLM named embed documents. And over here, you can give list of document objects or list of strings for which you want to generate embeddings. So over here, I have given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strings. So the call to this function will return a list of 5 other lists, and each individual list has a size 4096. So for each string, as you can see, for each string embeddings will be generated and returned. So now that we have loaded all the documents and we also loaded the embeddings LLM, next let's create a vector store using those documents. So as I said earlier, we will be using FAISS, which is a Facebook AI Similarity Search Vector Store, and it's an in-memory vector store that we are going to use. So for using this vector store, you will need to install this library FAISS CPU. So simply install it using pip install. And first of all, I am simply splitting the documents that we have. So some of the documents can be quite big. So we can use this class recursive character text splitter, which is available from LangChain text splitters module. And then we can split the document. So as you can see, our original 7 documents, original documents that we had were 7, and now split into 12 documents. So this class simply keeps the relevant data together and generally splits based on paragraphs. So now in the next cell, I have imported FAISS, which is available from LangChain community, and then we can call a method on it from documents, and there we can give documents. So this 12 documents will be given over here, and second is embedding LLMs, which will be used to generate embedding, and this will return a vector index object. So in this case, there are other methods available as well. So we use list of documents object. There is a function name from embeddings. So if you have a list of embeddings already present, then you can use that as well to create your vector index. And other than that, there is another method named from text. So if you have a list of strings available and you want to create a vector index from that, then you can use this function from text. So once we have vector index ready, we can create a retriever from it by simply calling this method as retriever on it, and that will return us a retriever object. And we can invoke this retriever object. So we can give it input query. In our case, let's ask it, do you know about Claude 3? And this will return the relevant document. So as you can see, when I ask it query, do you know about Claude 3? It returned 4 relevant documents. And as you can see, this documents a list of documents objects. So we can loop through these document objects, and based on metadata, we can see what is the title and source. And as you can see from the response, it has returned the article which has information about Claude 3. So now that we have our vector store ready, let's create our RAG app or retrieval chain. So for that, you need to have few imports. So first of all, you need to import this function create stuff documents chain. And then first of all, I have declared prompt, the formatted prompt, using from template function on chat prompt template. And over there, I have provided information like answer the following question based on provided context, and give priority to context. If you are not sure, then say you are not aware of the topic. And then we provide the context. So over here, the relevant documents will be added, the text from those relevant documents. And then there is a question, which is the user query. So we can, first of all, we will create a intermediate chain, document chain, which will have prompt and LLM. And for that, I am using this function create stuff documents chain. Now we can also create chain like this, but we are using this function because it has one benefits. that whenever list of documents will be given to this document chain, it will look through each of the documents and combine their text, and that combined text will be given over here to context. So that's why I am creating chain like this. So to this function we give LLM and then prompt, and you can invoke this chain. So that's what I'm doing. I'm asking it about, do you know about Claude 3? And I'm giving a document. So this is a document that I created with the page content simply saying Claude 3 is the latest AI model from Anthropic. So that's how you can invoke this chain. Now in the next cell, we will link it with Retrieval. So this list of documents comes from Retrieval. And as you can see from this response, now it knows about Claude 3, that it's AI model from Anthropic. Whereas earlier when we created a simple LLM app, it did not know about Claude 3. So the final LLM app or our retrieval chain can be created using this function, create retrieval chain. And this function takes the retriever which we created from our vector store index and the document chain which we created in the previous cell. So the list of documents will be retrieved based on query using this retrieval, and those documents will be given to this document chain over here. So then we can invoke this chain by calling invoke method, and over here I have simply given input. So this time I don't need to give a list of documents because those will be retrieved using retriever and given to the LLM. So again I am asking, do you know about Claude 3? And the response this time is a dictionary. So input is the input query, context is a list of documents, and answer is the final answer. So as you can see from the response, now it has generated a proper response. Now this time it's saying that I can answer your question about Claude 3, and based on the tracks you provided, Claude 3 is a family of 3 state-of-art models developed by Anthropic. So it has given proper information this time, and it has also given a brief description of each individual model. So as you can notice, our RAG app is ready. At the beginning when we asked it question about the Claude 3, it did not know about it. So we gave it relevant articles, so relevant blocks which had information about Claude 3. And now it is properly able to answer us about Claude 3. At least the correct information about Claude 3, and it's not hallucinating. And as you can see, at last I am simply looping through context to show you that which relevant documents were returned by our retriever. And as you can see, this document, the Claude 3 family, this had information about the Claude 3 model. Alright, so that's it for today's tutorial. In this video, I explained how you can create a simple RAG application using Python framework LangChain. If you have any doubts or any question, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section.